why is it that all of a sudden the NIC 20 share index has taken a dip?
I think what's happening is that some of the fact that the interest rates are started to rise slowly. You saw the interbank rates rising, and that has really now put the market back in terms of uncertainty. So that could be an issue that's affecting the market. Secondly, some of the inflationary drivers are coming back to bite us. We've seen some information from the Minister of Agriculture saying that food prices could rise around January. That could be affecting the market.
Because it looked almost certain that we were going to hit the 4,000 mark for the NIC 20 share index either this week or sometime mid next week. Does this mean that it's now just downwards from here for the index?
Not really. I mean, in as much as there's still some information that could be driving the market lower, I think what we saw was a lot of profit taking on some counters, particularly counters like KCB. And it could come back, but all I'm saying is that there's still some noise in the picture that could curtail a bull market.
One of the big stocks that dragged down the market yesterday was Kenya Airways, down about 4.3% to 12 shillings and 20 cents. Everybody's expecting a lot more competition, especially from these new budget carriers coming into the place. What are your thoughts on Kenya Airways?
Kenya Airways is facing a lot of headwinds. What you've been noticing is that globally the economic environment has just been collapsing, basically, and that's what's driven unlimited monetary action from both the ECB and the Fed. And KK is more connected to the global economy than any other company in the stock exchange. And it's just a barometer of people's expectation of the global economy, and that's what's playing out with the stock price for KQ.
Let's talk about Kenyan. It is seeking about 420 billion shillings. We don't know the exact details of how it will be raising that money, but that is majorly for plants to produce extra electricity, maybe to increase output to as much as 3,000 megawatts. Is this likely to be successful? Is it too ambitious?
I think what Kenyan benefits from is, first of all, they've got significant shareholding from the government. And that at least allows them access to concessionary funding. But if you look at the electricity sector ramp-up in terms of how much money is required to be invested in the energy sector, we could see a lot of action from Kenyan, because I think up to 2030 we need an additional 15,000 megawatts of energy, and Kenyan is expected to play a huge role in this.
It is a 6-year, they hope to stagger this over 6 years, the biggest ever corporate financing deal by any company in Kenya. But let's talk about the shilling also, which is still holding steady right now because the central bank has just been very aggressive in the mop-up activity. But we're coming towards the end of the month. Will it hold?
I think the shilling right now needs support from the central bank, because we've been seeing a lot of guys moving back into the dollar because of the local interest rates. So we probably need to see the CBK setting to some of those reserves that have built up over the last 11 months to stop the slide in the currency.
Read this for me as well. The 91-day Treasury bill yields, generally yields in government paper are rising. The 91-day T-bill rose for the first time since July. The yield is right now at about 7.647%. Why are all these yields on an increase? And of course, this is good for the currency because banks might hold the currency for longer.
What's been happening is that I don't think much should be read into this current uptick in the 91 and 182 T-bill rates. What happened during this week is that around $24 billion shillings of liquidity was taken up by the 15-year bond. So it mostly reflects short-term liquidity. But I expect that next week the T-bills will start dropping again, and that's why we've been seeing pressure on the currency.
Finally, do you think the government can sack 200,000 teachers? It has threatened to do so if they don't take that 13.4 billion shilling deal. And should we be worried that this could likely happen and any major economic ripple effect?
Will you repeat your question?
Can the government sack the 200,000 teachers like it has threatened if they don't take their pay deal they've been offered? And would this be a huge deal for the economy?
I can't hear you. Sorry.
I'm afraid. Let me try this one more time. Do you think the government could make good its threat to sack 200,000 teachers who are currently on strike? And how big an impact would this have on the economy? Yes.
I think the government just must make its stand known, because in terms of finances, it's impossible what the teachers are asking for. They're asking for an extra $300 billion, 300 billion shillings in the currency to be put now towards paying teacher salary. And the budget process for the 2012-2013 year is already passed. So it's legally impossible, first of all, to get that kind of money. So I think the government must just make its stand known to the teachers at the moment that if they want a salary increment, that they must come back now in 2013-2014 and make their stand known in the legislative process that goes up to the budget, because right now it's impossible.